let's talk notebooks. So many notebooks. Oh, I forgot one. I forgot one. Whoops. Here's another. Notebooks. I'm Megan, welcome back to another video here on Morning Coffee. This channel is all about organization, goal-getting, productivity, and personal growth, and we talk about how you can pursue your own version of more and love the way you feel while you do it. 1,000 subscribers to this channel is my goal for 2020. Please consider subscribing and helping me out with that goal. If you're anything like me, and because you're here watching this channel, I feel like you're probably like me. You might be a paper person, someone that just gets excited about new office supplies, new notebooks, new pens, someone who loves writing things down and especially loves checking a box off of a to-do list, right? Nothing feels more satisfying than that. If you're like me, you've probably got a lot of notebooks laying around your house. And maybe you're taking some time in quarantine to go through your items, go through the things that you own and figure out if you can get rid of them, if you need to keep them, if you like them, if you use them, all of those things. And so today I thought I would take you through the notebooks that I have and how I'm using them, so it might inspire you with some ideas on how to use up the notebooks that you have laying around your house. Scientific studies have concluded that writing things down increases your memory as well as increases the likelihood of something getting done. Now is a great time to start a habit of writing things down if you are trying to learn something new, start a new project, do something creative, or reconnect with who you are and your inner thoughts and where you want to go in your life. So let's talk about some ways to use your notebooks. A great way to use some of the notebooks that you have laying around is to take notes. This notebook is actually specific to my work. I talked about this in my What's in My Work Bag video, which I will link up here. This is just a small fabric notebook from Rifle Paper Co. And it was actually gifted to me by my boss. What I love about it is that it's lightweight, slim, easy, compact. So I use this to take notes on anything work related. Keeping all of my work notes in one specific place keeps me organized, keeps me on track, and makes sure that I'm retaining the information that I need to and that nothing's slipping through the cracks. If you have struggled in the past with remembering things from meetings or calls, taking notes is a really good way to kind of handle that issue. So I would recommend using one of your notebooks for taking notes, especially right now during COVID. We're all virtual. You're not in person with people. So when you're on a Zoom call or you're on a phone call, having a little notepad nearby that you can write notes from the call will be really helpful. And keeping them all in one place will be helpful for keeping you organized. On a personal note, using a notebook that you have for a journal is an awesome idea. This was actually a gift to me as well. It's this really cute woodchuck journal. It's like actual wood. It's really beautiful and it smells amazing. I use this just as a journal. So I don't force myself to journal regularly. I just use it when I need it. And so using one of your notebooks for a journal is a great way to get some of your thoughts out on paper. You might be experiencing some different situations in your life right now that you're just not used to. And writing things down is a great way to process your thoughts and really connect with where you are at right now. Again, I don't like to put a ton of pressure on myself when it comes to journaling. I don't force myself to do it every day or every week. I just do it when I need it. So that is a great suggestion for using up an old notebook. Start a journal. I don't know if this counts as a notebook, but this is my Start Today journal from Rachel Hollis. I've talked about this a bajillion times, but essentially it's a journal that you use every single day. you write down the top 5 things that you're grateful for and then 10 dreams that you are working on. This is a great idea to fill up some notebooks. You don't have to specifically buy this journal to do this exercise. You can do this in any notebook. Gratitude is a great way to improve your mindset, keep you focused on things that are good in your life. So a gratitude journal or rewriting the goals that you have is a great way to use up a notebook. Again, people tend to forget about their goals, and writing them down is a really great way to make sure you're still focusing on them every now and again, especially if you do a practice like this and you're writing them down every single day. So that's a good suggestion. This is my quote journal. So this is basically for inspiration. I don't know about you, but I'm a total quote person. I love quotes. I love sayings, and words tend to inspire me and motivate me. And so my husband actually got this journal for me for Christmas. It's really pretty. It's like leather bound. I believe it's from Barnes & Noble. And it's really, really big. So what I do is, again, this isn't anything high pressure or regular. This is just something that I do every now and again when I feel like it. I will go through quotes I've saved on my phone. Usually I'll screenshot them, save them on Instagram, pin them on Pinterest, and then I just write them in here. And I don't do anything fancy. I mean, I just use regular, markers and write them in here. There's everything in here from like success quotes or life quotes or, just thoughts that I've had. For example, I found this one on Instagram and I thought it was really great. Joy is an indicator of deep wellness. And that was from mybreakthrough.com. So that is what I use this book for, just to collect quotes. Maybe it's music lyrics or Bible verses or sayings that just really inspire you. But it's sort of like a creative outlet, something that I can reach to and pull out whenever I'm looking for something. As a creator, it's really helpful because I can use this in things that I write. So this is my quote book. It would be great to use some of the notebooks you have lying around to learn something new right now. Maybe you're taking a course, an online course. Maybe you're listening to an educational podcast or an educational book. Maybe you're reading a physical book. Maybe, you're watching a live stream from one of your favorite people on such and such a new topic. Maybe you're taking this time professionally to learn something new. So using your notebooks to track a new set of notes for things is always really nice. So this is my book notes. This is my book notes notebook. This is just a plain old spiral bound notebook that I bought at Walmart, and I have little tabs in here for every book. So when I read a book, I highlight and underline things in the book that stand out to me, either something I want to remember or a quote I really loved or something like that. And then after I'm done reading, I'll go through the book again and jot down those notes so that I have them later. So then again, at any time I can go back to the notes of that book and be like, oh yeah, that was that quote that I really loved, or that was that idea that she was working on. So, yeah, that's another great way to use your notebooks. Use it to learn something new right now. Could use a notebook as a planning tool. So as you all know, I have a physical paper planner. Love it. And so that's what I use on a daily basis. But I have been using a notebook to do some sort of longer range planning, like monthly planning and quarterly planning and yearly planning. And so that is what I have been doing with this notebook. So you can see months in there and then Q2 as well. I think I'm going to do a whole video on this, but you can essentially DIY an entire planner from a notebook without doing anything super time consuming or super crazy. You don't need fancy pens, you don't need fancy washi tape, you don't need color coordinating highlighters to make a planner out of it. But essentially the layout of this is exactly the same as the printables that I have, which I will link below. I have a couple of planning printables that I've shared with the community before, absolutely free. You don't even need to give me an email address, but that is what has been going in here. So if you find that you need a different type of planner right now, because that's just how life is, or if you feel like you just need to start planning, but you don't want to invest in something or go out to a store and buy something, you can use one of the notebooks you have on hand and create your own planner. This is my brainstorming planner notebook. So I think I'm also going to do an entire video on this because I've been working on a lot of creative projects right now with Morning Coffee, and I've had to brainstorm a lot, kind of conceptualize and draw out and map out and figure things out. And it's been so incredibly helpful. I feel like we've forgotten about the power of the brainstorm. I really do. I feel like we've kind of forgotten the power of creatively tapping into, like, mind mapping something out. So that is a great way to use up your notebooks. You could do something as simple as use it to create like a notebook vision board, right? Put in quotes that you like, images that you like, things that inspire you, goals that you have. You could map out what you want the next 3 months of your life to look like. Maybe you're going on a trip and you want to kind of brainstorm out ideas for your trip. Whatever it is, using a notebook to kind of creatively tap into a visual representation of what you're working on is super fun and super helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you would find a video on a DIY planner or the brainstorm, or like a video on brainstorming tips. Comment below if you'd like one of those videos, because I'd be super happy to put those into the rotation for you. So that's it. Those are my notebooks. That's how I use them. I hope you found this video helpful. Hope it was inspirational in terms of finding creative ways to reuse products you have in your home, but most importantly, creative ways to use the power of writing things down to improve your life. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please consider subscribing, and I will see you back here for another video on Sunday and Wednesday. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I gotta put all these back now.